welcome back to Just Being Booky. This week we're doing a book haul, which has 6 books in total. Yeah, 6 books, no more. Yet. Maybe next week. Well, not next week for you, because regardless, I'll be recording separately. But anyway, yeah, so there's gonna be 6 books. I just recorded 3 review videos that, if you're following my channel closely, you already saw. And they were 3 weeks in a row. But anyway, moving on. I don't want to dawdle, but I don't want to get into it super fast, because those ones were only like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever each. But anyway, I'll do what I have to do. I'll just yap a bit at the end. But the first book that we have is actually a graphic novel, to be specific, which it's Almost American Girl by Robin Hott, an illustrated memoir. Probably not how you say that exactly, or maybe it is and I'm just thinking too much into it. So yeah, it's a graphic novel, and I think it's about, basically she moves from Korea to America, and it's about her life story, but told in graphic novel. And if you know me in real life, I may or may not have mentioned this to you, and if you know me on here, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in one of my videos, like my childhood favorites. But Smile and Sisters by Brianna Telgemer, because that's basically her story of her and her sisters / family, and I very much enjoyed those when I was younger, and so I probably would enjoy them still now if I went back to them. But anyway, I think I will enjoy reading this, and just seems like a good one, and the art style seems pretty good too. Like, if you look at that, it looks pretty cool. I don't want to read it too much because I don't want to get spoiled from a graphic novel. But, yeah, that's the first one I got. And then the next two, yeah, I just said 2. The next 2 are technically considered middle grade, but if you've known me for any amount of time, you'll probably know that I consider ages starting recommendations, and that they should only be considered starting recommendations. And even so, those should be taken with a grain of salt and with context for the person themselves. But we have All Rise for the Honorable Perry T. Cook by Leslie Connor, which I think, yeah, it's about a kid who is raised in prison for most of his life because his mother was in prison, and how his life continues from there. I don't know if it starts with that and just continues from that, or if it's longer term. I don't remember that much, but it seemed good. This one was one of the ones that my mom saw on the shelf, and because of the types of books that I tend to like, she brought it over and asked if I wanted to have it, or get it from the thrift store, and so I read the back and decided to get it. So that's number 2. And this is the second one that she brought over that's also technically considered middle grade. It's the Mighty Miss Malone, and I don't remember what this one is about. This one's an historical one. I don't know if it's a historical fiction but it goes along with, like, it's the same style as Bud Not Buddy, which I've heard about as well. I don't remember exactly again what this is entirely about, but it seemed good. So, and I'm not gonna spend the whole time reading the back in this video. Next is a shift of, not necessarily a shift of genres, but like a shift of itself. But it's Say You're One of Them. I don't know how to say her name or his name, and I don't want to mess it up. But I don't know. I think this one might be. I don't know if this is I think this is a fiction. Yeah. But yeah, it's for following a family in Kenya and their journey and all that kind of stuff. I think it starts. I don't know if it has where it's. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's from the younger kid's perspective. I don't know if they grow up at any point, but there's that. And then the 4th or 5th, yeah, it's because there's 6. The 5th book has an interesting title. It's called Summer of the Monkeys, and basically the boy finds monkeys that have escaped from a circus, and there's a reward, and then he learns more than he expected that summer, not just about monkeys. I don't know exactly, but it sounded cute, and it's also the same author as Where the Red Fern Grows, which I also have and want to read, so I figured it worked. So we're getting that too, or got that too. And yeah, I guess it's considered a classic maybe. I don't know, it looks fresh. But then last but not least is Here in the Real World by Sarah Pennypacker, which apparently is the same author as Pax, which I've also heard a lot of good things about. And if you've heard me talk about Some Kind of Happiness, this looks and feels like it has the same type of feel, because it's imagination and in-depth stuff and like mind and reality interconnected. And you all know, or you should know if you've watched me, that and you will know if you haven't, that I very much enjoy emotional mental complexity and fantasy, which sometimes is combined, like it looks like it will be here and in Some Kind of Happiness, or separately. Like I can be reading the most beautiful historical fiction novel that is real life stuff, and then move on to dragons and trolls, not trolls, but like goblins and all that stuff, and it's just like a complete shift. Not that it's bad, but like it's just, I'm an eclectic reader as well as an eclectic person. So yeah. Alright, well, those are all the books that I got recently, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next week. Bye!